If you are struggling with triggers, I'm simply going to say that you are not the only one. Everyone is work in progress. Everyone on the worst days can be triggered, and everyone from time to time experiences a moment where something happened and all of a sudden the body reacts without any type of filter, and you ask yourself exactly how this happened. So this is simply a way of life. However, if being triggered remains unchecked, this can lead to some very catastrophic situations. It can cost you a lot. It can cost you your relationships. It can cost you your marriage. It can cost you your business, and it can even cost you a promotion at work. So this is something really serious that we have to actually pay attention to. The good news in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 key strategies that you can start implementing right away, and that can help you lessen the impact of these triggers that are causing you to simply override any type of filters and behave in a way that is less than appropriate for someone of your position. And this is something really key. Before we get to that, let me just go with a very simple presentation. Let me start with London. London City is a city that is home to close to almost 9 million people right now. London City is also a city that seems to be fascinating for scientists, people who love brains. Why? Because in London City, cab drivers are known for their hippocampi. Because cab drivers in London, they have developed their hippocampi so much that scientists are completely in awe of how this is even possible. In London City right now, they have close to over 69,000 streets. So in order for a cab driver to qualify as a cab driver in London, they have to basically go through this training where they spend close to 6 hours on a daily basis with a book in front of them, trying to simply memorize all these streets or all these city streets. Because they say to themselves, if you know all the different combinations, or if you know all the different as the names of the street, as you're driving your client, if anything happens, you will almost know what to do next without having to check on a GPS or check anything, because your brain has already memorized all the different routes as far as London is concerned. So the maze become basically something that you put in the pocket of your brain, and you know exactly how to open it and how to navigate around the maze called London City. So cab drivers in London, when it comes to the hippocampi, they have simply now not just built this vast knowledge of the city, but they've also come to build also this reaction to whatever you're going to put in front of them when it comes to equation. You will tell them, yes, take me to this particular street. So as they go to this particular street, if anything happens, their brain will know exactly what to do if anything happens. So when anything happens, their brain will basically take over and react and simply say, now it's time to actually go left, now it's time to go right, now it's time to come back, and they will know exactly what to do because they have memorized all the ins and outs of the city. So as far as this is concerned, when we look at our brain and the reaction that we have to situation, we have to put ourselves in the same place as these cab drivers, because over time you simply have memorized a few different set of situation, and you've told your brain, if this particular thing happens, this is how I'm supposed to react. If this particular thing happens, this is the type of reaction you're supposed to have. So it becomes almost your default mode when it comes to how to navigate this world around you. And you simply have now to understand, yes, there is a pairing that has taken place in the past as far as a particular situation are concerned, and you have to now move from what you have done in the past, the pairing, to now unpairing all this association in your brain when it comes to this particular situation. So without that, you're simply going to keep on repeating the same old reaction to the same old triggers, and before you know it, you're simply going to cost yourself your relationship, you're going to cost yourself your business, and you're possibly going to cost yourself a promotion at work, and this is something that you don't want. Let me just give you now the 5 strategy to consider. Number 1, I would simply call it breathing. Breathing, as we know, is a very simple and yet easy way to simply self-regulate. So as you start to breathing from your belly, you're simply going to be telling your brain, you know what, yes, I understand you're about to actually activate the sympathetic nervous system to tell me that this is now a fight or flight situation. So I have to respond violently to what is happening in front of me. But instead of that, I'm simply now to breathing, breathing. And as I'm doing that, I'm slowly but surely self-regulating. I'm simply telling now my parasympathetic nervous system, yeah, it's okay. Make sure I don't do anything crazy as far as my response is concerned. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to react, but I'm going to choose the type of response I'm going to give to this particular stimulus or stimuli that are in front of me. That's the first reaction. So basically, Number one strategy, the breathing. Number two strategy, I would simply say, yeah, consider observing yourself, disassociation. So when this is happening, give yourself permission to simply say, how about I just for a moment, just come out of myself and look at myself trying to deal with this particular situation. So you come out of yourself and now start observing yourself as someone from outside and see how basically you go to now all of a sudden start realizing that situation, that trigger in front of you was not such a big deal, that you could have simply chosen a different response to that particular stimulus. That's number two. Number three, you also have to practice what I would simply call the art of non-judgment. So when this is happening, yeah, you can simply tell yourself, yes, I'm being triggered right now. I'm upset right now. Yes, it's okay to acknowledge that for yourself. But as long as you don't believe that, yes, this particular moment basically is now your identity. So no judgment. You look at yourself, practice non-judgment in acknowledging what is happening in the moment. And the fourth strategy is simply, yeah, get to a place where you start on an ongoing basis, start journaling, telling yourself, yes, today this is the situation that particularly happened, this was the stimulus, or this was the stimuli, and this was basically the reaction that my brain was giving me in a moment. But I was able to practice some breathing. I was able to disassociate myself from what was happening in the moment. I was able to practice non-judgment as far as I'm concerned, and I was now able to self-regulate as far as this particular situation is concerned. But please don't stop there. Let me tell you why you should stop there. As a matter of fact, let me just say something very quickly. I got myself in trouble with a few people because they said to me, Dimitri, when you say that if you want to make God laugh, tell God your plan and it's going to have a good laughter. Some people took offense to that. Simply say, let me just put things in proper context. This is something, a word of wisdom that came from this association of anonymous and alcoholic in America. So after many years of getting together as people struggling with addiction to alcohol, they came to realize that from time to time, yes, as long as everything is okay, as far as status quo is concerned, there is basically no challenge. But the minutes an addict said that, yes, I'm going to change my life around, that when basically all hell breaks loose, because it will seem that in a very particular moment, many triggers will come their way. Something will happen that will cause them to simply say, yes, I need to reach for a bottle. I need to reach for something that has helped me in the past. Self-regulate. This has basically been the situation in the past, to the point that people say, yes. So as far as our situation is concerned, we understand that as long as you're okay with the status quo, things are going to be okay. But when you decide to change something in your life, that's when triggers are going to come and simply challenge you to reach for the bottle as far as your reaction is concerned. So why am I using this particular context as far as these strategies are concerned? Because for a fact, people will be addicted to alcohol, and in the way or attempt to actually overcome that, they become so extremely resourceful when it comes to how to hide the bottles of alcohol in the house. Something will happen, a trigger will actually come their way. They will say that, yes, I'm being triggered, so I'm going to run to the washroom to simply calm myself down. But as they're going to the washroom, guess what? a bottle of vodka would have been hidden under the sink. And by the time you discovered that they were going to the washroom to simply drink something, guess what? Before you know it, the bottle has been now hidden somewhere in the kitchen. It's been hidden somewhere in the living room. It's been hidden somewhere in the garden, and so on and so forth. Because they are trying to be 10 steps ahead of you. But they know, yes, I have to breathe. They know I have to dissociate. They know that I have to simply practice non-judgment. They know I have to practice journaling. But from time to time, they revert back to the same old thing. But you know what makes it different as far as these people trying to overcome the addiction? You know what makes it different? The body system. The minute they simply say, yes, I'm going to contact a few people and get them to be on board as far as the vision is concerned, what will happen is, as soon as the trigger will actually show up, what they will do is, yeah, they will start breathing to regulate themselves. Yes, they will start practicing no judgment. Yeah, they will start dissociating from what was happening in the moment. Yes, they will start journaling that in the moment, but also they will reach out on the phone and they will call the body simply say, yes, so and so, this is what is happening. And guess what? The body will simply say, yes, my friend, I know it's happening, but you are bigger than that. So they will basically find a way to help them self-regulate, and instead of reaching for the bottle, slowly but surely, they're going to now start moving from a reaction to a response. Body system. And why it is particularly important? Because there's a particular story in the Bible. When Jesus Christ sent his disciples, he said, yeah, go now amongst the nation and make disciples. Guess what he said to the people who were sending? He didn't say, go by yourself. He simply said, yes, go by in pairs. Go in pairs. Well, let me tell you why. Because he knows that as you go in there, one of you is going to be triggered. So as you are triggered to respond to the same old-fashioned way, the other one will act like the outside brain and help this person simply unpair what was actually stored in the brain and give them a different response as opposed to the same old reaction they will have at any moment. And why this is particularly important? Because when two people are gathered, there's a strength that actually develops as far as the relationship is concerned. And no wonder why in the same Bible, there's a scripture that simply says, yes, a threefold cord cannot be easily broken. So when two people get together around a particular idea, they become now a threefold cord that cannot be easily broken. To the point where when there's a trigger that comes their way, they know they can depend on each other as the outside brain. And they know that as they activate the outside brain, what's going to happen is they're going to choose a different response. And together, they're going to be much stronger. They're going to become self-regulated. And the responses are going to be congruent with where they want to go. And eventually, they will not lose the marriage. They will not lose the relationship. They will not lose the business. And they will not lose the promotion that they so want as far as the work is concerned. All right? I'm going to stop right here. Before I go, my friend, just a quick reminder. If you're enjoying this type of content, my friend, if you're looking forward to more, I will simply say, yes, just go on, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so next time we put together a video, you can be amongst the first one to see the video. Last but not least, let me just remind you that yes, the best is yet to come as far as the situation is concerned. But not for the best to be manifesting, you have to simply be intentional as far as your life is concerned. More specifically, as far as the stimuli of life are concerned. Remember this simple strategy. B for what? For breathing. N for non-judgment. D for disassociation. And J for journaling. Last but not least, a body system. Create a community of people around you, around your particular vision, and see how together you're going to become one another, an outside brain, and you're going to help one another self-regulate and to make sure that whatever the trigger you're going to face, you're always going to be able to come up with the right response, the response that be congruent with the men that you see in front of you, the women that you see in front of you, and where you are going in the future. All right, much love, everyone. I'm out. Take good care.